Alright, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming, and I'm doing my darndest to try to make sure that this is the last video that I create on this particular third or fourth iteration of the payroll application that we're doing as the EFCore app. And there's a few things I've thought about here that I forgot to do, but we'll get into those in just a minute. Now I'm going to say private employee. We're just going to call this build an employee from input. All right. And we're going to return. We're going to do a switch. You can do a return from a switch, totally fine. On the employee type, and we're going to switch. All right, and the first one will be hourly, and the way we have to do it, doing it like this, is like this: new hourly employee. Don't want that period there. Want it to look like that. There we go. And this will have to be in curly braces. All right, so I'm going to hit enter here, and just so we have something, I'm going to put in all four types. Don't worry if we get any errors, it's totally fine. We're going to fix these all right now anyway. And after each one of these, I think we need a comma. So this will be piece worker. And that'll be new piece worker employee. All right, with a comma. And this will be commission. And this will be commission employee. With a comma. This will be salaried. And this will be salaried employee with a comma. And we can say default right here. Typically you use this. And if we do get that, we're just going to say throw new exception. And we'll just say invalid employee type. Should never happen, but you know, who the heck knows. All right, now let's fill this in. I think that's how it was worked. That's going to be equal to like something here, so let's look. Hours worked equals double dot parse. Maybe that's just hours, I don't know. Nope. It is worked. Now I may have made this a decimal, I don't know. Yep. And finally, hourly rate is the same thing. But we don't need a comma at the end. Let's pretty this up a tad. Okay, so what are we saying here? We're going to fill in our hourly employee. The first name will be whatever's in the text box. The last name is what is in that text box. The hours worked is what is in that text box, but we have to parse it into a double. And the hourly rate, same thing. So I'm going to copy this. Again, don't worry if we get any errors here. First name and last name are okay. This is going to be pieces made, and that's got to be an int because it's a whole number. And this will be price per piece. Okay, so that's done. Let's pretty this up, like I said. Try to line things up a little bit. Let's copy in here. And again, first name is good. Last name is good. This will be commission percentage. And this will be sales amount. Move it over one more. Sorry, I'm so squirrely about this. Okay, and finally for salaried, again, the first name and the last name, and the only thing we have in there then is the salary. So we can get rid of that one, and that'll be salary. Okay, let's pretty this up. There. All right. Now we've got our add, our update, and our delete. And once we finish with those, hopefully this is going to work. One thing I have not done yet, if you think about it, is I've not gone back in yet and built the database. We do not have, if we look over here, just to show you quickly, if I go back to here and I refresh, we do not have here a payroll database ASP02. We will get that in just a bit. I want to quick first do the add, the update, and the delete. All right. So this will be our add record. So there's the add. I'm just going to copy this down twice. Don't worry about the errors. We're going to get rid of them right now. This will be the delete record. And this will be the update record. Now, I haven't written these yet, of course, but I just wanted to have something in there because that's what's left to do. So for the add, var emp, for an employee, we call it anything we want, equals build an employee from input underscore service dot add emp load employees. Look at that. Our add routine has been reduced to 3 lines. Building our employee by grabbing everything basically. All right, so here we'll say construct an employee object based on sorry about that, based on the context contents of the 4 text boxes. All right. Add the employee object to the correct corresponding employee type table. Finally, reload the data grid view. Okay, so that's the add record. Now the update's a little bit more lengthy, so let's do that one now. If no employee record selected, return. So if selected employee is equal to null, you've seen this many times before, just return. So if we get down here, we did have an employee, so we want to update. Let's first update the shared properties. In other words, the first name and the last name. So selected employee dot first name equals txt first name dot text, selected employee last name equals txt last name dot text. Okay, those should be pretty obvious, as far as what we just did there. Now we have to update the type specific properties. And you may have already guessed that's going to involve a switch. All right, and it's going to be a switch based on the employee type. I should say the selected employee. All right, so we really should just have 4 types in here. So case, put your fingers in the right place. Hourly employee, which we'll just call H. Let's just do a break. Case piece worker employee, which we'll call P. Case commission employee, which we'll call C. And finally, case salaried employee, which we're going to call S. Break. Okay, we shouldn't even need to do another one in here, because we're updating, so it has to be one of these types. So here, H dot hours worked is equal to txt. Oh, let's do a double dot parse. Txt text box 1 dot text, and that's a decimal. I don't know why I keep saying double, but it's a decimal. There we go. And H dot hourly rate is going to be equal to decimal dot parse in txt text box 2. And break. Here, this will be P dot pieces made is going to be equal to int dot parse txt text box 1 dot text, and the price per piece is equal to that. Okay, let's do this. Pretty it up just a tad. All right. So C dot commission percentage is equal to decimal dot parse, and C dot sales amount. Okay, again, let's pretty these up a tad. All right, and finally, S dot salary is equal to, right there. Okay. Now, I'm not done yet. So we want to call the employee services, or let's just say the service update routine. So underscore service dot update, and we want to update the selected employee. It doesn't like something in there. It says none of these take one argument. And we want to call low employees. So what we have to do here is reload the data grid view. So that'll be load employees. I don't know what this is expecting. Update. I think I'll need an employee in here too. Like that. Which should fix this, and it did. All right, let's do our delete. So again, kind of like we did to begin with, and that is if no employee was selected, just return. All right, so var, we'll call this confirm, equals messagebox.show. And this will say something like, do you want to delete? Now, when we've done this before, I've used the ID, which is fine. All right. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it like this. Do you want to delete? I'm going to put a $sign here. And I'm going to say plus, and we're going to see if we can get this to work. So this would be selected employee dot first name space selected employee dot last name. Now let's put this over a couple lines. Okay, do you want to delete that employee? We'll put a question mark there. See if we can get it to work. I didn't do that before, but it makes more sense to do it like that. And we'll put here confirm deletion. And we're going to make this a message box with buttons, yes, no, and it's going to be, that's good. I need a semicolon there. If it's equal to yes, it's not equal to yes, we'll just return. How about that? If we made it down this far, we said, yes, we do want to remove it. So we will call the service delete method. So underscore service dot delete. We want to delete the selected employee. And then we want to reload the data grid view. I think that's what I set up here too, isn't it? Reload the data grid view, yes. And that will be load employees. All right, now let's do a file save all. Here's my service. We already did a save all. I should be able to close that. Now the problem I had before was when I went to my startup, actually this is a good thing that it's taking time. Hopefully it's going to show it. That's good. All right, so we've got that. And let's look at our employee manager. Still are getting an error in here. Show other form does not exist in the current context. All right, let's look for show other form in there. Oh, I did not put that in. And that will be private void. How did we? BTN show other form underscore click. So this will now be show other form. Okay. And this will say FRM new startup. We'll call it NS for new startup equals new FRM new startup. I forgot how to do this now. I think I just want a. I've got this in here already. Let's see. It's in here. There, show other form. It's called show other form now. So let's just grab all this. We'll have to make a couple changes, of course, but that's okay. Oops. I think that's everything that's in here. Up to here. There. Don't worry about that. Show other form. Now, I'm not going to check for that in here. That makes no sense. So that's going to be FRM new startup. Again, we'll call this NS for new startup. Okay. These will have to both change to NS here and here. File, save all. All right, we got this. Let's go back and let's close all these. So let's do a file, save all. And let's do a build clean solution. And then let's do a build rebuild solution. We should still be able to see our original startup form here. All right, can we now see our employee manager form? No, son of a gun. We also don't have an exit in here. Okay, well, that's okay. We're making progress. Let's go back to, again, our new startup. Let's go back to this, and let's copy all this. So let's copy that. Let's go back to here. We have to bring up the employee manager. View the code. Go down to the bottom here. Okay, we added our show other form. And there's that for our exit. Hopefully that cleaned everything up. Build, clean solution. You don't have to do this, but I just like to do it. I don't like that. Build, rebuild solution. And again, I'm going to come back and see, there's my new startup. There's my employee manager, which is still giving me an error. It says the connection to the server has been lost, which isn't good. So let's do a file, save all here. Let's close all these and try to open them again. So here is our startup. Okay, here's our employee manager. Still getting an error. It says the name frmEmployeeManager load does not exist. We don't have a load event. Wow. Okie doke. Did I have a load event in my code? And I should have. I've got my load employees. I've got my selection changed. All right. This is not terrible, believe it or not. So go to here. Let's go to our employee manager. Let's view the code. I am getting there, believe it or not. Now this is going to give me an error, but just give me a second and we'll fix it right away. Because that's the wrong form. We want here frmEmployeeManager. Load. Okay. Again, file, save all, build, clean solution, build, rebuild solution. I'm already at 30 minutes, so I'm going to stop in just a minute here. Let's close all these. Let's see, there's our startup. Good. Here's our employee manager. There it is. Good. When I come back, I'm going to rebuild the database and see if I can get this thing to work. And if I can, we'll be finished. Be back shortly with that, hopefully. Thought this would be the last one. Guess not.